Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for your introduction. I would like to acknowledge to all the Lance group and in Costa Rica to Georgina Gomez, the Costa Rica Lance representative. Today, I'm going to present part of the results of the Lance study, that is a Latin American nutrition and health study conducted in or carried on in 8 countries, Latin American countries: Costa Rica, Colombia, Bolivia, Costa Rica, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Venezuela, Argentina, Brazil. And specifically, I'm going to talk about how socioeconomic status impacts on diet quality and body mass index in Latin American countries. About Latin American, we are moving from underweight to excess weight or obesity nutrition transition profile. According to the World Health Organization, 52% of the population presents or have obesity or excess weight, while in Latin America, this condition affects almost 60% of our populations. Previous evidence have suggested that how socioeconomic or sociodemographic factors could be a risk factor for some lifestyle practices, for example, to access a healthier diet. About methodology, well, in the Lancet study, participate 9,218 participants. We take the data related with dietary intake were obtained from 20 hours dietary recalls too. Also, we evaluate diet quality and diet diversity with the methodology proposed by Inamura and the instrument proposed by FAO, minimum dietary diversity scores for women. And also we evaluate the dietary diet quality through the nutrient adequacy ratio determined using the estimated average requirements. The results, I'm going to present the results in 3 main sections. First, about food group consumption and difference among socioeconomic status. The second one, micronutrient intake and inadequacy among difference among socioeconomic status. And the third one, the nutritional status and how sociodemographic factors as gender and socioeconomic status impact them. Well, in general way, we found that nutrient-rich food groups, the consumption of nutrient-rich food groups increased with the socioeconomic status. We found that for fruits and vegetables, whole grain and legumes. Also for dairy consumption, also for nuts and seeds, as you can see, and for fish and seafood. But conversely, in the case of red and processed meat, we found larger consumption in people in the low socioeconomic status. We evaluate the micronutrient adequacy and the impact of socioeconomic status, and again, we found that socioeconomic status has a significant effect in the intake of these micronutrients, specifically in the case of vitamin C, A, D, calcium, magnesium, copper, iron, riboflavin, thiamine, and cobalamin. And for the mean adequacy ratio, that is an average of each one's values. But even in the people with high economic status or with better intakes of micronutrients, we found inadequacy for the case of vitamin A, D, and folate. The cutoff point was 0.7, so in this case, as you can see, the results were lower than the cutoff point that indicates a good consumption or an adequate intake of each of one micronutrient. The last part is about gender and nutritional status, and one of the most interesting results for us is that gender has a negative impact and significant impact on body mass index or nutritional status in women. As you can see, we found that women in the low socioeconomic status have the higher body mass index, and also we found larger prevalences of obesity and abdominal obesity in women from the low socioeconomic status. Compared with women in medium and high socioeconomic status. Well, for conclude, socioeconomic status was directly associated with diet quality, diet diversity, and micronutrient adequacy. Also, we think that it's necessary to monitor the intake of micronutrients as vitamin D, A, calcium, and folate in order to identify possible deficiencies in the population and conduct public policies to ensure an adequate consumption of these nutrients and healthy diet for the populations. More research is needed to understand how socioeconomic status from a perspective of comparing different studies from low and middle countries to better understand the mechanism behind underlying the socioeconomic pattern diets. Also, we need health policies and behavior change strategies should be addressed to reduce the impact of socioeconomic factors on compromising a healthy diet and nutritional status with gender as an additional level of vulnerability. Thank you very much.